Hey, today you are listening to Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. I'm your host, Todd Smith, aka Maz Avenger. Hey, I just want to share this news with you all this morning. What I just heard on newsfeed on Superhuman Channel, what we do, we share your newsfeed. That's what we do on this show. And I'm happy and grateful. This week is Christmas. When this thing passed by, even though I'm happy already, but all you all to get the chance to open your gifts and find out for what you had got for the holiday season. I'm looking for, me and my co-host would, be looking for seeing Star Wars. We'll be seeing Star Wars this weekend, and we'll give our before and after thought of the movie, and we will be sharing that on Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. So hey, let me dig into this, and what I want to share is today about. It's about the Uncharted. It's many posts out there right now that is sharing that Uncharted 4 will be delayed, in the month of April, which I don't see a problem that Sony is doing it. It's the most wise decision they could ever do. If you want a finished product, hey, if you got to put on delay for people to get the finished product, do what you must do necessarily. And that's what I, think about this whole thing. Some people making a big deal out of it. I know fanboys having, a ball laughing about a game, being delayed, which is a good thing for a game to be delayed. Because like I said before, and I said again, you want a finished product. You just don't want to take your $59 and just purchase any terrible game. People, if you look back a little bit further, of the PS3 era, when PS3 actually released Gundam, which looked terrible because the game looked so terrible and then had so many bugs and so many glitches and so many things because they actually released the game, too early. And plus, developers weren't used to the PS4 architect and processor, at the time. So the game was launched, and that was the most terrible Gundam game that ever created. And also, you had Haze. Haze was a pretty game. I actually played it, but the game had, have its problems because the game was released too early. It wasn't in the oven long. So it's just like you baking a cake. It's just common sense. It's just like you baking a cake in the stove. You put the cake in the stove. You think the cake is done till you poke holes in the cake, and you still see that. How can I say it? The cake not fully baked. Let's say it like that. And that's how they have to do with these games. Even though the game must look pretty from the outside, but at the same time, they still have to get rid of glitches. Not only Sony has this problem, but also Microsoft has this problem as well. Nintendo, I don't know. So I can't speculate or talk about, what's going in Nintendo world, because actually I don't know at this moment. But at the same time, what I want to share with you all, that even Microsoft have a problem with Halo, Halo 5. And it's been all on the web what problem that they've been having with Halo. But at the same time, if they would kept it in the stove a little bit longer, then the game would develop, very marvelous. It would have been very, very, how can I say, fantastic if they would have kept it in the stove a little bit longer. And that's how they have to do with Uncharted, games and many other games. You want a beautiful game, you got to keep it in there long till it come out well. So that's what I got out of the whole thing. It's just all types of news sources. I just heard it from IGN and many other places. Uncharted, like Uncharted 3, for example. Uncharted 3 has some glitches, but it's a beautiful game. And if they would have kept it in the stove a little bit, a month or so, it would have came out, beautiful as well. Came out, with a perfect, gameplay. Yeah, it got good gameplay. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is you wouldn't have all that frozen spots and you get the whole game that's froze on you, or in the game that you see inside the character. That's a form of glitches. And with Uncharted 3, people were actually rushing it. And even though the game was beautiful, but they got a chance to turn around and make the game a lot of times better than what it was. Just like Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox. when it first released for the Xbox, the uh the game, is beautiful, hard hitting. I played Ninja Gaiden. I ain't played, since, for a long time. But I just love the gameplay of the game, and I love the costumes that they have in Ninja Gaiden. But when they actually release it on the PS3 platform, not only was in HD, but also the glitches was pulled out of the game. So what I mean is, what I'm saying, the bottom line is they need to take time with these games, and that's the best way to do it. Don't rush nothing out there to people, and then people will get angry because they spent $59 on a title that they're not getting the full benefits out of. But you're gonna hear all day, people and fanboys alike, right now, just wait, just waiting for Sony or Microsoft just to drop the ball in this one, where they can have something to talk about and laugh about, because right now it's a competition now with each party system. My Xbox One is better. Then you got another party saying my PS4 is better. You got everybody that's throwing dots at each other at this moment, over that situation. But whether it is Microsoft or Sony, they need, or Nintendo, they need to keep their games in the stove, and that's just it. Don't put out hell. That because the cake is baked on the top or on the side, don't mean in the inside that it's fully baked. And that's just common sense. So I don't see nothing wrong with Sony actually, actually doing that by keeping the game, actually Naughty Dog keeping the game in the stove, because Uncharted need a lot of care. I love Uncharted games. It need a lot of care. So I don't have no complaints about it. I love all Uncharted series. I love all the gameplay. And then by releasing it in a month of spring, that's a good time. That's a good season versus March. And that's another reason, because in March, in March it's still snow on the ground, but in April, you got people coming out, more. You have more audience and people coming out more. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So I just love to share this information with you all. Everybody has their problems, man, with their consoles and everything else. I know I encourage everybody about Ninja Gaiden, but I was, give an example, what I got out of it when I actually, played it and saw the difference, with the Xbox and with the PS3. A lot of these systems, had their failures, in life, when it comes down to game. But it's all depending on the third-party developer. Just like Ratchet & Clank is a beautiful game. But Tad Price have not really let no one know about it who worked for Insomniac. Really let no one know about when the game released until that day. Till they made an announcement, or they put a for sure date when Ratchet & Clank will be released. That's why that's just a beautiful game. But hey, leave me y'all comments and y'all thoughts, what you think about this show, and I will get back with y'all comments as possible. And tell me what you think about Uncharted 4 and what you think they should do. If I'm making an excuse for them, let me know. Because I like it, because when your opinion count, because this is what make the better show, when your opinion count. So hey, leave me y'all thoughts, leave me y'all comments, what you think about this show today. My name is Todd Smith, aka Master Avenger. You are listening to Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. Thank you all for your support. Hey, leave me and shout me out on your comments, and also subscribe. Thank you. Peace.